Welcome to my channel, Just Doing Great Things. Today, it's peppermint bark. It tastes good, it's fun, and you can do it with the kids. Hope you enjoy. Our recipe today calls for 12 ounces of dark chocolate. That's either chopped chips or the wafers. That's 12 ounces of white chocolate, chopped chips or the wafers. 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract, and approximately 8 candy canes that are crushed. I've got a double boiler. I've got water in that bottom pan and nothing in the top yet. And then I've got a baking sheet with parchment paper. All right, we've got the double boiler going. The water is warming up. I've measured out the chips. And today I'm just using Hershey's dark chocolate. Pour it into the pan and let it start melting. All right, with this we need to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract. And this goes in with the dark chocolate, and I will mix that around real good. Oh, that smells good. The dark chocolate has melted, and now it's time to spread it out on this sheet. This baking sheet that is covered with parchment paper. To me, this is the toughest part because apparently I'm naturally messy when it comes to cooking, baking, or making candy or anything in the kitchen. I seem to have a knack for making a mess, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's lack of experience, but you know what, if we all wait till we're experienced before we start making stuff in the kitchen, we'll never make anything, because that's how you get the experience. So there's that, and I'm going to spread that out nice. Should be a relatively thin layer of dark chocolate. Well, I can tell you that the chocolate, dark chocolate smell mixed with the peppermint extract is something else. You know, the great thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect, because that's something I'm not very good at, is being perfect. But when you get done with this, it sure is good. There we go. I think that'll do it. And we're going to take this and we're going to set it into the fridge or refrigerator for 30 minutes. Let it set up good before we add the white chocolate. Now it is time to melt the white chocolate. I've got these Ghirardelli white vanilla flavored melting wafers. These are great, but they only come in a 10-ounce package. They melt fantastic and they're real smooth, but it's not enough, so I'm going to add some of these Nestle Premier White morsels, and that's what I'm going to use to make up the last 2 ounces of white chocolate. We're going to melt this, and we'll be right back. All right, I believe that this is melted enough, and it is time to take it off the stove and put it on top of the dark chocolate. If there is a difficult part of this recipe, it's this part right here, where you're going to add the white chocolate to the dark chocolate, and you've got something that's boiling hot going on top of something that is cold, and it's got to be spread. And when you spread it, sometimes the white chocolate will melt the dark chocolate and it'll blend together, and you won't get a perfect it'll be a little bit smeared in there. But you know what, like I said earlier, I'm not perfect, and I don't expect myself to be, and it still tastes good. It just doesn't look as cool as it would if I had made it perfect. Okay, so let's get this spread out. Yeah, I can already see we're in the smearing process. It is picking up some of that chocolate and melting it. But if I get too much of that, I'll just call it marbling. How about that? We'll call it marbling. Oh yeah, you get that marbling effect. Chocolate mixed with vanilla. And that's just the way it's got to be, I guess, because this is so difficult to get it smeared without it melting that and blending together. But it's still going to taste the same. I'm going to call that good. And last but not least, we add peppermint, of course. Sprinkle it all over the top. And we are going to call that good. This will go back into the fridge so that it can cool down and solidify. All right, here's the finished product. It is set up, and this is the part where I'm going to cut it up in pieces. It may make a mess, but hey, that's how it goes. And there it is, all fixed up and ready to eat. Enjoy. Welcome to my channel, Doing Great Things. I just want to make something clear to everybody. I am not a chef. I wouldn't really call myself a cook. What I am is a history teacher, but I get some kind of enjoyment about going into the kitchen, following a recipe, making some good food, sharing it with other people, and that's why I do this. I've got a lot of my students that's asked for recipes, and I thought, well, you know, what a great opportunity to teach some young people how to cook. Doing simple recipes that I think they should be able to do, and it's a skill. So I'm doing this, number one, for fun, number two, to teach kids how to cook. And I just hope y'all give me some grace. I am not a trained chef. I don't know everything, and I do mess up. Hopefully you enjoy what I do. Doing great things.